Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube tech guy. Hey guys, so today I'm bringing you a video on the Xperia Pro I. And this is a device that I honestly have had a great time checking out over the past month. I have traveled with it, I've used it at different locations, and I can honestly say this is the best smartphone for content creators on the market. Let's get started. Now, first and foremost, I do want to say that Sony sent us this phone, but there was no compensation or anything like that, so it's not sponsored. It's just me telling you about my thoughts on the device itself and why I think it's good for content creators. So let's start off by going over the specs. Now, first off, we start off with a Snapdragon 888, which is at the time of this filming 2 years old, and it was 1 year old when this phone was released. Overall, great processor, same one on the S21 Ultra, so still very fast, no slowdown or lag as I've used it. Then we have 12 gigs of RAM, and that in lies the key. A lot of RAM, more than a lot of other flagships starting at 8 gigs of RAM, really good for that purpose. Then we have IP68, water and dust resistance. You also have the ability to have a 30-watt fast charge with your 4,500 milliamp battery. Now, what is different about this device? It has a 4K display. So it is one of the only smartphones in the industry that actually has a 4K display, finally getting over that 1440p gap that a lot of other smartphones have been stuck at. It's unlocked by default, so you can take it to absolutely any carrier. It shoots 4K in 24 frames, 30 frames, and 60 frames, and 120 frames. That means basically however you want to shoot as a content creator, you can do it with this smartphone, and I really appreciate that because there's sometimes when you do want to shoot a different frame rate, and this does it very, very well. It has a headphone jack, so a lot of people have missed that. It is here. It has two special buttons, one for photos and one for recording video. So if you hold down the shutter, it will launch the camera app immediately. If you hold down the record button, it'll launch the video app immediately. I love that. Quick and easy to get to what I need to get to. And finally, the creme de la creme. It is the first smartphone that came out last year with a full 1-inch sensor. Now, the reason why that's so big, it's the same one that they have on their RX 107. So why is that so important? Well, Sony actually makes all of the 1-inch sensors out in the market right now, and they also make most of the cameras in all smartphones. So I was really curious to test it out. You know, the iPhone uses them, Samsung uses them, all these different companies, Xiaomi, Vivo, all of them use Sony sensors, and they're really good at it. So I wanted to see from them doing it themselves, how good could it really be? And that being said, the photos have been really good from it. It is more manual usage than I would say most people are used to. You have a basic mode, which takes care of just standard photos and videos, but really emphasizes the manual features. So again, why I would say it's more for content creators than your everyday average consumer. But the real big things that content creators can take a huge advantage of is the fact that you have two very special things catered towards content creators. First and foremost, you have this awesome setup where it has an external display accessory. So you can attach it to your standard Sony remote that works for your mirrorless cameras, as well as this Sony smartphone, and you can attach this external display. The display only works with this Sony smartphones, but I will say that it was just absolutely amazing to vlog using it at PAX East that I went to this past month, and it was just a really, really cool experience. Take a look at some of the footage here. So I am using my Sony Pro I to show you guys this amazing kind of camera quality. This is absolutely perfect for vlogging, and it just really allows you to have a very clean look while doing it. Extended, not too far off my arm. My arm isn't even fully extended, but you can see everything around me and just see it to perfection. I can actually see myself, so I can see my screen, make sure I'm in frame, and even show you guys really cool tech that looks at a really good quality. All very clean looking, 4K, 60 frames per second, and you can just see everything really clearly and easily. This is really awesome, and it's a better way to vlog than a lot of other things. I can just do it with my smartphone. I don't need to bring all these other accessories, cameras, all this kind of stuff with me. I just have everything in the palm of my hand, on the go. I can even live stream from this phone. So really cool to see, and definitely something that I would say you should take a look at if you are a content creator. Hey guys, just wanted to show you this amazing case right here. This is a CLX case. It is probably the best portable little small ITX computer I have seen. Looks absolutely amazing. This detail on here is so fire. And yeah, you could stream, game, everything you want from one like this, so really awesome. Now, I did have to clean up some of the audio because honestly, it was at a convention center floor, so it was a little loud, but I was able to use an external mic there, which I absolutely love. This mic actually right here. So the fact that I was able to do that is really awesome and just shows you how much versatility you have because you have a headphone jack, because you have all these different things made for content creators. So instead of you having to take an extra camera just to vlog, which is great by the way, love my Sony cameras for vlogging, I could just take this smartphone, lighter, thinner, and it can automatically share to all my social channels right away with it. But not only that, what if I am at a convention where I do want to take my professional Sony camera, like the one I'm using right now to film with? Well, that's the benefit of the second feature, and that is it can be used as an external monitor. I'm actually using it right now so that I can see myself on this camera. It's such a beautiful display. I cannot tell you how great it is to see everything in focus, just to see how it looks, how it stands out. And this is something that I'm going to have at every convention center because instead of just buying an external monitor simply for a camera, I can just take this smartphone and its multifunctional purpose. I can vlog when I need to do a short video or use it as an external monitor when I need to make sure to check out the nice big quality Sony cameras that I have. So all of this is to say, if you are a content creator, it adds a lot of features that you would normally have to buy this product for, to buy an external monitor for. All of these different things are just in this smartphone. Now, after using it for a month, I do want to note 3 things that really stood out to me about this smartphone. One is that it never really had any lag, as I mentioned earlier. Even though it had a Snapdragon 888 2-year-old processor, honestly, it did not slow down. I always argue with that and push back with that with other influencers say, oh, but it doesn't have the latest processor. Okay, and like it doesn't matter that much. It really doesn't. As long as it has a good processor that keeps up with everything I need to do, then it does very well. And with this one, I was very, very happy with the performance of it. The second thing is that I love the narrow design and the one-handability of it. Now what I mean by that is that it has this thing called Side Sense, which was a very interesting thing. It's basically a double tap or a drag out button that you can use on this phone, and it really has a different dynamic of doing split screen or launching quick to use apps. I like it. It's very different and out of the box, and I'm always for something different, unique to Android, and Sony has something to themselves with this. Finally, when having this phone with the other 2 phones I was using this month, the Galaxy S23 Ultra and the OnePlus 11, this actually has a wider selfie camera. And every time it came to do a selfie, I would only use this phone because it had the best selfie, being able to fit everyone in a group shot, very simple and easily. So my conclusion is this: a lot of us influencers and content creators buy external monitors for our cameras. We buy vlogging cameras that we have to connect to our smartphones just to be able to use. This actually has the same sensor as this, and it costs less than a lot of these other vlogging cameras that I can get from Sony. So quite frankly, for me, it just makes more sense to take this phone with me, pop a SIM card in it when I need it, and this will honestly be the phone I replace all my vlogging cameras with, and the main phone that I use on a trip basis, because I'm either going to be vlogging with it or I'm going to be using it as an external monitor. And that is why this phone stands out so much to me. There's lots of other great features. You can play with PlayStation. You can do all this kind of stuff with it that just works very well. But I think if you're a content creator, it becomes more of a why wouldn't you buy this instead of buying multiple other products. You have one product that does it all, that you can share content to, that can have 5G, that can have everything you need. It just makes sense that this is always in your bag or in your pocket when you need to create content. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. Thank you as always so much for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Thank you so much again for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Also, follow me on social media at YouTube Tech Guy. And check out some more great tech videos on your screen right now.